This is KJ Workman. I am here at HOB Brewing in Dunedin, and I'm with Melvin, my co-host, and we have the owner of the brewery here with us today. His name is Andy Polce, or if you're Italian, we say like Polce, but we don't say it that way. So
we don't say it that way.
We are outside today at their venue, which if you have been in Dunedin doing any of the beer trails, you probably came across this property. It's right here off the beginning of the trail. Tons of other stuff going on around here. You'll have to come check it out, but we're going to let Andy kind of talk about the backstory of the brewery and how he has his business. The other really cool thing about Andy is that he has his real estate license, and he's been selling real estate for 20 years in Dunedin. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. All right, so Andy, how did you have the idea for this, and how did you get started? Give us some backstory.
Yeah, so 2008, well, prior to that, my wife's brother lives in San Diego. I'd go visit him and just loved the craft beer scene. They were 20, 30 years ahead of us, so kind of wanted to do something like that here. Yeah, they're 2008 started looking around for a spot to open a craft beer bar, which we did across the street. The Dunedin House of Beer, original Dunedin House of Beer is across the street, still going strong. We were a top 100 beer bar in 2010, 2011, because back then, 40 taps, people weren't used to it.
No, not at all.
We're bringing the best beers from all around the world, all around the country. So I really think we were responsible for help exposing craft beer to the masses here, at least in this town, and pave the way for the 8 breweries we have now. Flash forward 15 years later. So the original tap house is across the street, and we do things a little differently. Typically, a brewery will open, and they'll have a tasting room, but we started as a tap room.
Okay.
And both myself and my business partner were home brewers, so it's only kind of natural that we got into the brewing side. We were fortunate enough to start renting this big property in 2014, which is across the street right on the trail.
It's pretty, how big is this?
Yeah, it's 0.8 something acres. It's right in the heart of downtown Dunedin. You can't miss us. We're right on the trail, yeah. And we were fortunate enough to be able to buy this property in 2016. So since then, it's been a constant evolution. We've added the turf area. We're very kid-friendly. You'll see on the weekends, it's just packed with kids playing. It's kind of place that...
Well-behaved kids.
Well-behaved kids. I know, I love the sign. I love the sign.
That's right.
Love the sign.
Yeah, we wish this place was open when our kids were little, that type of place. We've got our 2-story event pavilion here. We do tons of events here, whether it be weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, retirement parties. We have our stage. Like for this Friday, we have our Oktoberfest. We've got the King's Guy Band, traditional Oompa band coming from Orlando. We'll pack this place. On the north side of the property, we have 2 new buildings there where we're outfitting for a kitchen.
Like for a restaurant?
Yeah.
Wow.
Down the road.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Snack shack to start with. We've got a merchandise area going in. We just finished our second building there where right now our bottleneck is cold storage. So we got a 1,000 square foot walk-in cooler going in here the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we're constantly growing here.
That's awesome.
I kind of want to go in that cold storage right now.
Listen, yeah, win. Oh, and for reference, just so people are aware, it's the day before the hurricane.
Yeah.
So props. I appreciate Andy for having us here. There's a lot going on. I'm sure there's a lot of prep that has to be done. And then right after the hurricane, you have Oktoberfest on the 4th.
Fingers
so
crossed.
so I'll post up some information on that as well. I've seen the shirts. They're pretty freaking cool. So that's a good little event there too. So I'm sure after the storm, people are going to want to just chill for a little bit.
Let's definitely get a picture and put it out on social today.
Yeah.
Get people ready.
I'm going to show this. I want to show the logo to the camera up close. I don't think you can see it from up there.
Thank you.
I like the little guy with the sunglasses. How's that coming out?
The little guy with sunglasses.
Yeah. So
Eddie.
One of our bartenders is a comic book artist, and he did the initial version of Eddie. And we love it. We use it on everything. And a lot of our beers have different versions of Eddie. Like you'll see on the wall there, we've got our peanut butter blonde Eddie, our cucumber IPA Eddie Amber, our body bag double IPA, the coconut, all different versions of Eddie. The splashing around IPA Eddie. And the dude actually looks like my business partner, so he had that.
That's funny. We'll have to get him out here too. Is he around?
I haven't seen him here yet today.
Okay, so you guys started, you said 2016.
Yeah, 2009, we opened the February, it was the Fat Tuesday, and 2009, we opened across the street as a tap house, still going strong. As a matter of fact, I just found out today, just won Best of the Bay beer selection.
Oh,
nice.
Best beer selection.
Oh, nice.
We've got a
You
young
guys-
guy over there, Isaac, doing just a phenomenal job of rotating. We went back to our traditional tap room roots over there, so we do have about 7 or 8 HOB beers, but the other 40 are still the best we can get our hands on.
That's
He
cool.
does a great job of rotating rare beer, sour. We have always have a great sour lineup over there. Just a great
Melvin
great
happy.
spot. And then over here, we have 25 of our own brews here, and we just started getting into the seltzer and cider business. But our tremendous brew staff. Our head brewer, James, has done a great job. We've got a really nice team. They've won a lot of awards, which we're very proud of. And we're, whether it be the World Cup or GABF or the Florida Best Beer. So we're real pleased with the job they've done.
Yeah, you guys
It's
are
real good beer.
definitely built a name for yourself, because everyone that I have talked to knows
Yep,
about this
yep.
place, knows what kind of beers you guys have. What's your most popular beer?
It's still the mango, one of our first.
That's just what I just grabbed.
Well, that's a sour, kind of a sourish version of it, but our mango hefe. So it came about when by the way, when we first opened, we were open 5 years as a tap room before we started brewing. So it's the best focus group in the world. We got to see what beer sells, what people like. And one of our top sellers was always Lost Coast Tangerine Wheat. It's a gateway beer. It's
That's a good
approachable.
beer.
It's easy.
Yep.
Like, all right, when we started brewing, we're going to make something like that, but I want to do tangerine because that's what they're doing. So
Yep.
that's where our mango hefe came about. And even if you're not into craft beer, whatever, you try this, you're like, oh, that's good,
Who's not
Refreshing.
into craft beer?
Yes.
Get out of here.
It's a thing. Listen,
That's right.
I've seen people go to breweries and order wine
Well,
often.
if they can't have beer.
Mhm.
So I'm having a cider today because you guys know I'm gluten-free, and they have a guest cider from Three Daughters.
until we get ours online. Yeah, we sell a lot of I think we're one of their top on-premise accounts, and all we sell of theirs is their cider.
Okay.
We
awesome.
Wow.
just came out with a hop tea. This is a very interesting. It's got some almond and lavender and this South African thing that tastes like honey. They were explaining it to me, but so it's 0 carbs, 0 calorie, 0 alcohol. So we got a lot of options if you're gluten free, if you want NA beer or NA drinks, or if you don't want beer, we've got a nice lineup of wines and ciders and
Did I see a
sangrias.
CBD beer?
And yeah, we have some CBD drinks, Delta 9s. Seem to be all the rage these days.
I'll be
A
honest.
lot of vodka, sodas, RTDs, so something for everyone here. And I think we're still the only brewery here that still sells domestics. And that was a business decision we made at the beginning, because you have a group of 5 or 6 people that go out. If one of them is a Bud Light drinker, you're going to lose them. They're going to go somewhere else.
I was just thinking that in my head. There's always that person that's like, what do you have that tastes like Bud Light?
Yeah.
Come
By the way,
on.
That beer flavored beer.
Yeah, we try to get them into a craft beer. Here, try this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
some people, they
Some
just
people
want
just
their, and we sold quite a bit of it here. We made that business decision early, and we've never looked down upon somebody who wants to, they want that Coors Light, Miller Light, that's fine,
That's awesome. I mean, just
You
love
do
the
you, boo.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, the brewery atmosphere is what drew us into this whole idea of like this podcast, was the fact that everybody is, for the most part, it's a big community of people who help other people. That's kind of like what we love to
We
do,
have
and it's
now.
probably a big reason that you like the real estate side of your life too. God, I just love the environment of a brewery where let's collab here, let's help you there,
Yeah.
let's help you, help you grow here. Or hey, you want to start one up? Let's figure out how to get that going for you. I'll help you get that going.
That was a lot here. Michael Bryant Sr. from Dunedin Brewery helped us a little bit at the beginning with
a good group.
words of wisdom. We helped pay it forward with Seventh Son when they opened up.
That was our last episode.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
ironically, 7 years ago, there was a hurricane came through. It was power for 3 days. We brought a grill down here, and everybody brought their food from their freezers that were going bad. We just cooked it
grilled it
up
all
and
up.
just gave it. Let's hope we don't have to do that again.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's awesome that you
Yeah.
were able to do something like that.
It was
Put
nice.
it together last minute.
Yeah.
Come to
That kind of leads into the you talk about the food bank thing on Saturdays yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, the give back every Saturday.
Love
Every
that.
Saturday. So if you go to our website, hob.beer, you'll see under the give back side, we do a few programs. One, we have a rotating tap program where we'll pick a charity. Every 60 days we rotate, and $2 of every beer of that beer goes to the charity. We were able to write a check for the Humane Society, all local charities, the Pinellas County Humane Society, the Derek Teal Foundation. We wrote over a $5,000 check for them. Every other Wednesday, we do pack of snacks for the local kids here. But the biggest thing we're doing right now is on every Saturday, 11 o'clock, We have a wonderful team of volunteers. We feed over 100 local families that come here. They line up there, and we set up like a market. They can shop and pick their own stuff, and they leave with 2 bags, and it's been a nice impact.
So cool.
That is so cool. I bet
that.
after the hurricane, people who were scrambling around probably.
Yep. Every Saturday, 11 a.m. right here under the pavilion.
Okay,
Good to
we're
know.
going to
I'll
definitely
make sure
talk
we
about that.
push
on
that out.
social. Get that out there, yeah.
Heck yeah.
You have other little events going on. You have some paint and sips. I see the sign up over there. Looks like the next one is Thursday, October 17th. Look at
Happy
me.
birthday.
Saying, oh, for Melvin's birthday.
Nice.
What does that say? 7
7
to
to 9.
9? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and frankly, I can't keep up. There's 3 different groups that do paint and sips here, and they're do them on Tuesdays or Thursdays. So those are the nights. Usually, this is open. One is more of a crafts. One's true paint.
Nice.
But we have a good space that they can use, and it's same thing with yoga on Mondays. We do yogas out on the turf here, and
All that's on the website.
yeah,
Like scheduling,
Facebook. You'll see the we share them. The events on Facebook. We do night markets here on once a month on Friday nights. It's 6 to 10. We have 30 to 35 vendors, food, music. It's a nice time.
Yeah.
We do a vegan food truck rally once a quarter. Out of the parking lot there with vegan food providers, and so we try to utilize our space.
Busy
downtown.
schedule.
Okay, so on top of all of this, which is a lot, you have a real estate business.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
let's get into that a little bit, because we work with a lot of agents, a lot of realtors who are all across the spectrum, like just starting, half-time, part-time, full-time, but like struggling or any of that. And people are often finding either additional jobs to help cover, and they're finding it's hard, right? It's hard to manage a business or a life and do real estate.
Right.
So what are some obstacles, some challenges, some wins, dealing with running this entire operation?
Whole operation.
You have a lot of help here.
Yes.
But we talked about it earlier. You run your real estate stuff basically on your own. You don't have a TC, a admin,
No.
But he's an active realtor. Like, not just like I'm a realtor and I don't do any business. Like, he actually does business.
Yeah, no, I've been pretty active for almost 20 years, and I was doing that a few years before here. Being a realtor, as you know, we're kind of flexible on our schedule somewhat, and that allowed me to kind of dip my toe into this business, get this going, get it off the ground. Now here, there's a lot of jobs here I couldn't do myself. Like, I couldn't brew on our system. It's gotten way past what I was a novice home brewer at best. But
You just sign off. That
yes,
sounds great.
we have a great team here. So I don't have to be here for the day-to-day as much. I am still here every day doing things, handle a lot of the administrative side of things. But on the real estate side, it is just me, and I've been able to do it. I actually have had one bartender, one beer rep who left to go be full-time realtors, and they're both crushing it.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Now, as you know, the changes in the real estate industry as of late has been a bit of a challenge. I primarily work with buyers, so it's interesting how this is changing. I just happen to be listing heavy right now, but so it's actually a really good career that lends itself into if you want to do something like this, or have a second job or something like that. But I've been with Charles Ruttenberg almost 20 years. I love their model. They leave you alone. They let you run your business the way you want.
We were talking about that.
But new realtors, they need activity. Like we were talking earlier, they can join a team, learn, get good at what you're doing until you get your own lead generation. Then you can go somewhere that lets you keep most of what you make.
Yeah, because you're all referrals, past clients. You said you do get he's been here forever. He's been here since he was 9.
Yeah.
Went to school right up the road here. So he kind of knows everybody. And if that's something that you've got going for you in a real estate business, it is a lot easier to build that sphere 100%. And start marketing yourself to your friends, family, neighbors, all that good stuff. So that definitely helps for sure. All right. So besides trying to run this company and run real estate, are there any life things that you would like to talk about? Like, just kind of like, I've been around and this is kind of how I feel about this.
Even if it pertains to like real estate, I'll just give you kind of a segue. Like what we see a lot of is, the people that come and go from the industry, or they kind of float with the wind. They jump ship all the time. Specifically related to like this topic. I think something I hear all the time is, you know, I can't juggle real estate and my other business, or I can't manage this or manage that. Do you have any insights, or like, hey, like you can do it and this is how, or hey, you need to, you know, schedule time and this is how you need to make sure you get through it? Like, what was your process in juggling both at the beginning? Because I'm sure that was
it was pretty organic. And I got a great partner at home. My wife, Kim, she has taken care of our three kids, and allowed me to do what I needed to do here and in real estate. Like I told you at the beginning, I was going to Orlando a lot, Tampa. I'd go wherever the business was.
Okay.
But now I I'm lucky enough to be able to stay close to home. But with real estate, the things that really would come up last minute showings. Okay, showing. Okay, I would have to make time. When we first started across the street, I was behind the bar a lot. I was behind there all the time.
Okay.
It's been years since I've been behind the bar. So as far as time commitments, where I have to be here between like noon and 8 p.m., I don't have that issue.
Right.
So if I get a call right now, hey, can I see a property in an hour?
Go.
Yeah, okay. Let me make sure we can get in. Boom, go. So being flexible is important. If I had my other business or was a job, that would be tough.
Okay.
That would be tough. I mean, if you had a 9-to-5 job and you're trying to do real estate, I think that's why a lot of people don't make it. They don't have the time
Right.
to dedicate towards it, or they only do it after work or on weekends, and that's tough.
It is tough. You basically created this like schedule for yourself,
Yeah.
because you run this business, so there's no one telling you when you have to be here. You run your real estate business, there's
Right.
no one other than your clients telling you when and where to be.
Right.
But like, if that's something that you're looking for, if you're a person listening to this and you're thinking, you know, how do I run multiple businesses here? I got this idea about, I don't want to lose my license, I want to keep it active, whatever. Create your life based around what it is you're trying to do. So if you want freedom, something like this. Don't go work for, you know, Lowe's.
Right.
Where you have to be
Right,
there
where you're
from.
tied down. You know,
Yeah.
just commit to what you got going on.
And have a key friend or two in the business that when I take a trip, if I have somebody that needs to be done, I can make a call and say, hey, can you show this person? They're only in town here, and I
Right.
do this. So have someone that can cover you when you're away, if need be. I've only had to do that, you know, half a dozen times over the years, but it's important.
It is.
You know,
gotta
you
have
still
a
need to be able to
partner. That's why
provide
we work
service.
together.
Mm-hmm.
And with real estate, you can do most things other than actually showing property. You can do most things remotely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Other than showing the property, which if you have a partner, great. Let your partner
Correct.
show them, and there's other options out there. Show on me and all that good stuff to be able to work around that schedule.
I think in our industry, I personally think a lot of people spend so much time, because I'm guilty, I will obviously say that, spend so much time trying to figure out how to manage our time instead of just doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? And I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
I think about, you know, when I first switched over to Milestone, you know, I can't tell you how many hours I spent trying to find the right calendar, or trying to find the right software to do this, or the right CRM to do that. And then at the end of the day, I just defaulted to what I already had all the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Gmail calendar and my iPhone calendar. Like, I didn't need all those things I spent all those hours learning and playing with.
Well, now you know.
So I think a lot of people just need to do the damn thing. You know, and I feel like that's what you probably did. You're like, shit, I just got to do it. You just got to get out there and sell, do your real estate thing. I got to get out here, get this thing going, you know, find the right people.
You seem pretty chill too. So like, I feel
Right.
like that's something important. You can't be super high strung and
No.
run this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's it's my personality, I guess. But in the beginning, in the early days, I was hungry out, hustling. I spent a lot of time on lead generation. Thankfully, I've been doing this a long time. I don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
I just take real estate as it comes to me. And you were saying earlier, a lot of people who just hang their license somewhere, or hold on to their license, they only need a deal or two a year
To keep it
to pay more
Right.
than pay for it. And,
Right.
you know, so it's not a lot. I've always said for the amount of hours we work, the amount of money we make, real estate's a very good profession. I've also said, I don't think it's going to exist the way I've known it the last 20 years, 30 years from now, 20 years from now.
Right.
I didn't think it'd be this fast, how it's changing on a dime like this. That being said, there's always going to be people that need their handheld and need that kind of help, but the
They do.
more and more these Redfins and these Mark Spains and all this stuff that's kind of eating into what we've always done.
Yep.
It's going to be challenging. And I personally, I 90% work with buyers. I'm not going to go to a buyer and say, I'm going to show you these properties. We're going to find a great. I'm going to give you the best service, but you're going to pay me 10 grand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
No,
Right.
you're not going to do it.
And when
They
that
can barely afford the house as
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
When that concession, this transition we're in, and when that changes, as they put more onus on buyers, paying their agents, this business is just going to keep changing.
Yes. Yeah, because they can't.
Yeah.
They can't even.
It's going to be driven from the listing
man.
side.
The GTIs are already too high as it is. Even with the rates coming down a little bit right now, it's still tough for people. Their income isn't where it's supposed to be with all the debts that they have. It's hard. It's tough, but it's doable. So you got to have the right person to guide you.
Figure it out.
Especially in real estate too. That's another thing. When I have friends call me like, "Hey, do you know a realtor?" I really do my best to try to fit them with someone I think is going to put them in the right position. There's somebody for everybody, and I just find it so crazy that this industry is so. Some of them, everybody seems pretty chill. Everybody seems pretty like open to helping, kind of like in the brewery industry for the most part. But then there's those people that are like, I can't believe you went to someone else. It's like, well, especially for us, like we get all the time, like I can't believe you sent them to that other lender or that other person or that other realtor, and it's like they weren't going to mesh. Like I that would have ruined my perception, what I build and what you build. Like that would have just kind of ruined everything. So I had to pick and put you somewhere. But like you said, like those red fins and all that, everybody's like going for the next shiny object. And they're so excited for that next shiny object that I'm like, focus on you. Do you even know what you want to do? Like, do you want to sell? Do you want to list? Do you just want to be a TC? I don't know. I just want to do real estate. I'm like, what does that mean for you? Right. Most people don't even know. They just want to do real estate.
Over the years,
but they watch Netflix. They're like selling sunsets. I could do that. Like they don't sell anything.
There's been buyers I've showed 50 homes to, and they didn't buy from me. It happens. It's what we do. Yeah. You try to take something positive. You learn something about this neighborhood or this area or this house or this feature. Yeah. It's just what we do. But if I don't show them property, I'm not going to get paid. You
definitely won't get paid.
So
you gotta a little bit of a risk reward situation going on there. Like, okay, am I gonna spend this much time? Now with the new rules coming out with the BBA, which is interesting for buyer agents, like they have to get that signed and having conversations around that with them. Even if you're
20 years, I just had my first one signed.
Yeah, all right. I never had that.
I never. Like, if it's not a good fit, I've never had anybody's like not want to use me once we got to know each other and go show property and stuff.
Right.
But if it's, I never lock anybody in even on a listing. If it doesn't work out, you want to change your mind, no harm, no foul. I'm not going to charge you anything.
Right.
Fortunate enough that hasn't happened, but I just never liked that. I wasn't comfortable locking people in, and I see it all the time. People like, oh, this agent, he's no good. I want to switch. I'm sorry, you're stuck for another 3 months. I'm not going to step on anyone's toes.
Right.
Yep.
And you got to have that ethical. Thing 100%. That binds you so that you're not. But there are a lot of crazy, we were just talking about that last week with some agents doing some things that you're just like, that's not right.
That is not right. Agents, title companies, there's just so much stuff out there.
Yeah.
That's just like, what are you doing? It's gonna hit you at some point. You do the right thing. That's I've always been. You do the right thing. You do it morally. You do it for the right reasons, and everything will just work.
Yep.
Just happen.
I think that should just be like the motto. Like, I do the right thing. That's my business motto. Yeah. I do the right thing.
Brew good. Brew good. Wow. Words are hard. Whoa. Brew good, do good. Where we steal that from? That was
Marker Party. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
King and Maurice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loves.
That's another good
Kevin. Yep.
facility.
That's where we had our after party for my wedding.
Yeah.
They shut down the whole place for us on Memorial Day weekend and just said, here.
Yeah, good people. They do a nice job.
Yeah, it's a very similar setup. They have a stage and
they got big turf area. Yep.
Yeah.
They're the only game in town up there. I've been up there in a while.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, there's not much else out there, but man, they're really good at what they do.
Yep.
Marguerite is everything.
Bartender's here.
That's
Bartender's here. I like it. The vibes are going.
Jimmy Buffett. What is this? I don't even know.
But I think we can wrap it up. It's right at the time anyway. But I think my final question for you is this is just kind of like a personal for people who are looking to get into something like this. You know what I hear all the time, and I can't fathom why that's the case. But so often people tell me, oh, you want to start a brewery? There's no money in it. There's no profit. There's no reason to start a brewery. Why would you do that? You're going to go broke. All the negativity around it. I'm like, why are there so many of them?
I'll give you an example. Our number 2 brewer last year, he was the same thing. He came down, wanted to start his own brewery, came and was working with us for a while, and was looking for an opportunity. And he bought a small brewery that was going out of business. Okay. And it's a small brewery, very small. It's an off-the-path location a bit. Okay. And I asked him, what do you want out of this? He goes, Andy, I want a place where I can go make beer, I can work behind the bar, and I can make $50,000 a year. I'm like, You can
so just
you can do that. You can do that here. You can absolutely do that there. So,
Yeah.
and he did it, and he's happy as a clam. But I would ask whoever's thinking, what do you want out of this?
What do you want out of it?
For me and my partner, we wanted to create a big business, multiple revenue streams. We want to create an atmosphere.
Space.
Yes, a venue space, atmosphere. Like when you travel around and people here, you talk about where you're from, Dunedin. Oh, great, Dunedin. They know us because we're very visible here. And everybody seems to come through here.
Right.
As part of our.
I mean, it's literally the trail's right there.
Yeah, 2 million people a year on that trail.
Right there.
Right there. So, yeah, but different people want different things out of it. Some are purely artistic, and that's fine. Some have gotten in, like, remember Paradise? They got in for just distro, and it's a tough business model if you're going to go just on the distro side with the competition out there now. See, when we opened over there in 09, 15 years ago, you could put 40 taps and be successful pretty much anywhere. That's why Brass Tap, they sold rights all over the country, World of Beer all over the country. Now, people are changed. They want to go to the brewery. They want to go where it's made. They want hyper local. They want to go exactly, they want fresh, they want to see where it's made. So that's why you're seeing these Brass Taps fold and World of Beers fold and these tap rooms. They just, you got to give them an atmosphere. Like we have 7 breweries within a mile here. We all offer something different, a little different vibe, a little different feel, but we all make our own product here too. So I think we're pretty insulated from what I see national trends going on in the industry. So.
Well, Dunedin is kind of just known for, you walk down any of these streets down here, there's something to do. Like there's
100%.
a cute little shop, there's a little restaurant, there's breweries. The trail that goes, doesn't it go all the way from
the whole county?
Yeah, all the way up through like Oldsmar, right?
47-mile trail,
So if you're not from Dunedin and you're listening to this, or if you have heard of it and you're like,
come visit.
Yeah, come visit.
Do they still do like the ale trail books or anything out here?
Yeah, there's a few of them. Passports, ale trails. Come down. We've got great places to stay. It's a great overnighter. It's a great weekend. Bring your significant other. Stay in one of our great places, and you can walk to everything.
Yes. Or ride your bike.
Or ride your bike, or you can rent a scooter. We got scooters for rent right there.
Golf carts everywhere.
Everybody has golf carts here.
It is a very unique little town, and I do think you're right. You are insulated from like the rest of what's going on, just because you've created this atmosphere here. You, meaning Dunedin in general, have created this atmosphere here that people know what they're going to get when they come here, and it's fun. So, if you are an agent looking for a Dunedin referral partner, I am sure
Absolutely.
I will take great care of them.
100%.
Great. He said you will be in good hands when you work with him.
Yes.
I mean, obviously he knows what's going on. He knows the area very, very well.
Real estate.
Right?
Me, let's do one.
It's our job to get properties for as little as the seller will let it go for.
Yeah.
And as a seller, it's ours to get the most that we don't leave any money on the table.
Right. We're working on both sides here.
And make it very easy for them.
Perfect. Well, thank you for spending time with us today. You don't have any beer, but I was going to say cheers.
I'm out.
Appreciate it. No, listen, I think we came up with our title of the show. I think we're just going to title it, what do you want out of your business?
Yeah.
Blank.
I love it. Let's do it.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having us. We'll let you get back to it. Hurricane prep.
Yep.
All right.
Wish us luck.
Hurricane Helene. We're good, do good. See you later.
It's so bad that I just figured out her name today because I kept looking at all the other names. I didn't know which one this one was.
Helene.
Helene.
Helene.